Sorry for the break there. The game crashed, so now we loaded back up to the latest save, which I think we're just about caught up on the same turn that it crashed on. Just as a little recap of my plan, I'm fortifying, I'm building up my cities until they all got workshops and start building military units, which I also want to get rid of my production debuff. After a little while longer, we got a great merchant, so the only thing we can really do with it is make a customs house. More money, the better. And we're about to get some ironworks, which is going to be huge. And for some reason, the game has been crashing every time I move a tank, so I've been trying to avoid them. Unfortunately, all the tanks are kind of broken. I might try and use them later, but for now, we're just trying to get as much production as possible. Demographics wise, we are competing. We are always the best with money, but then when it comes to production, we're less than half, and now they're making more food than us. So we're still in a good position, trying to grow my population as much as possible. It has now finally gone from 70 to 60%, so slowly we are getting more and more production as our population increases, and now my production is skyrocketing. They finally attacked my one infantry unit, but it barely damaged it at all. It's getting a bonus from Great General, 40% plus another 50% on the fort, so about 105%. This thing is almost as strong as a giant death robot, to put into perspective, at like 150 combat strength. And production wise, we can go for a medical lab. That would make it grow even faster. Not touching the tanks because I'm afraid it's going to crash the game. I will once the offensive happens, but if that's the case, I'll just unfortunately delete all of my tanks or just keep them where they are. Our population is going to supply this army, finally. That's why I also haven't been making any units, because I can't supply it. We just need population to support the army. Alright, I had to do a couple of tweaks to fix the crashing. I deleted a couple of my tanks and fixed the technology on the Soviets' part because they've been researching technology even though it's supposed to be off. So every so often I'll check that and make sure they're the same tech. In that case, we're going to prepare for that offensive that I'm about to launch in the south, just because up here seems to be where their army is. They keep moving and shifting their units around up there. Let's take some units off the front line. Might even just do like an every other unit sort of pattern, just so we get some extra units to fight. Let's see what happens when we bring our tanks up to the front line if they respond. Well, thankfully I don't see much, so we can start flooding our units through. And now that we have, well, somewhat of a nation behind us to supply this army, instead of, well, just existing, we can finally build units and attack. I feel like I can only do things now that I can have production, gold, you know, make a defense, all this kind of stuff. I have control. Oh, civilian captured. Luckily we have a general to help out the field here. I am going to retreat all of my workers, and then this panzer is going to also retreat. I might keep it here for now. You know what? Let's do a little flanking maneuver. We're going to finish this railroad. We're going to bring the infantry up and around. Infantry does a lot of damage to helicopters, so bringing this infantry here is going to bring more flanking bonus. Attack, attack, take back the worker. We're going to consolidate the front line, like so. One thing I am going to do, now that we have all 3 XP buildings, armory, barracks, and an academy, I want to start making something akin to mobile SAMs, because they're great at defending air attacks. They can kill gunships, they can protect my panzers as well. I can give them enough promotions to heal everyone around, which can definitely help, because the only promotions I want to give my mobile SAMs would probably be the unit healing. Oop, wow, they're really trying to flank. They took the one tile opportunity. Although one thing they did wrong was they now encircled their own army, because now we can curl our troops around, bring the general up for that bonus, and then kill this unit here. We're going to keep building railroads going forward. Yep, they couldn't even kill that one tank unit. So, in that case, let's just finish off the rest. Holding strong. I think we can finish up the railroad and start attacking. Oh, they took one of my infantry units. Okay, not ideal. Although this is still alright. We can take it back and we'll just fortify, do a little bit more flanking, and then just fortify. I think we hold them off. Wow, that unit held on, and they have a lot of units that are flanking me. And here we got another SAM. So now we're getting troops to reinforce our front line. This is exactly what we need. And all these units are getting double promos, which is perfect. Although I think I'm going to focus on artillery soon. Or actually bazookas are really overpowered. Let's do bazookas. After we get that military academy, we're going to make a few bazookas. And then just start using those. It also seems that we're able to attack this general here. Can we get rid of him? Let's see. Ivan? Ivan's gone. We got rid of Ivan. They lost one of their generals. That's really good for us. They can't make a citadel or do anything crazy. Let's see how next turn goes. Okay. Didn't lose any units on this turn either. We're going to retreat this SAM. We're going to reinforce it with some infantry. That's another heavy attack. My Panzer survived. It's double promoed, so I really want to keep it. Let's retreat it. We also seem to be slightly losing our confrontation with them. This battle is testing my offensive capabilities, and it's not going well. Yeah, I think I'm playing pretty smart here. I'm just slowly shutting their units down, curling around, getting that bonus. Yeah, I kind of repelled that invasion a little bit. We're doing a little bit better. Let's see what they come around with. Looks like I defeated their army. Make the front line larger, prevent flanking. It helps out a lot. We are getting plenty of units to be able to supply this. It looks like they're attacking me with rocket artillery, which is okay. We'll just peel them back a little bit. Here we go. 48 damage. Wow. To my knowledge, ranged attacks don't get bonus from flanking, so this is plenty. We now have a lot of units on this city. I expect to lose one or two. Yeah, we lost one tank. Game crashed again. Still trying to get past it. We'll try and complete this mod without the game crashing too much more. Back to the siege of the city. We're just trying to do some ranged attacks while we hold our lines. Yeah, we're losing units a little too fast with this offensive down here. And these bazookas, now that we are getting decent numbers of them, because now these are like our 4th and 5th bazookas and so on. Wow, they killed 2 more of my units. This is getting pretty tough. Let's see what they do. Wow, they just have so many units and they're just relentlessly attacking. This is really tough to defend. Okay, this turn we have to take the city. I don't know how, but we're going to just like move this bazooka back, attack with this bazooka, and we're taking the city this turn. I don't care, whatever it takes. Yeah, we have to kill it and then finish this guy off. We're gonna get some all focus on infantry from all these because I think we have enough bazookas. Yep, more rocket artillery. Yep, we're making a lot of progress. It's all because of these bazookas. I just have this ring. Yep, we lost one of our bazookas and they just pair dropped a whole bunch behind us, but we are making more, you know, infantry, more bazookas. Alright, we've got to take their coastal cities or something like this. I mean, this is getting super difficult to push through. Wow, we lost 3 units this turn. Our front line is kind of crumbling a lot. Let's see what happens this turn. Okay. We lost 1 unit. Very good. We're taking their canning factory this turn. We have a lot of artillery. This is fantastic. Here we go. All right. Over a little bit of back and forth in the south, we have finally mostly secured all these locations here. So now we're just pushing through the south. I don't want to call it a victory, but I think I probably have the upper hand. Just showing on demographics, I am now making the most food. I am almost making the most manufactured goods. I mean, like I've been saying, I can say this is probably a victory. I'm just going to probably do a lot more time skips through all these battles. Because it really was just the early game that I was trying to survive and get through. And now we're about there. You know, we're doing good. Yep, they're probably going to do a massive offensive on us. We're going to take the shots. I think the key here is just to take down their cities, take down as many units as possible. Like here, we can already take the city with a unit if something can pop in there. Yep, 3 unit. Yep, oh no. They're definitely going to kill that panzer unit now. Please. Oh no. Yeah, that was my mistake. All right, their army's on the run a little bit. We're going on a full offensive here because now we're just, you know, cutting the corners of their army. Now we took railway station number 1. We'll kill that tank, come back. I'm so impressed with how many people we have in our population. 32 million. We went from like, you know, we were in the hundreds of thousands and now we're in the tens of millions. That is insane how much of a nation we built up over here. Well, that was their air force and everything else on the mainland just about gone. I think I'll call this a victory. You know, from here, I'll just be using my sheer industry to just overtake the rest. This was pretty fun. I'll make a video on the next scenario in this mod, which is pretty neat. Stay tuned until then.